So yan, let me continue. As I said, we are going to talk about Karatong. Okay po? So it's a Filipino, traditional Filipino music dance. Okay po? So yan, so what you see in the picture is an example of people performing dances, Karatong dance. Okay po? When we speak class of what do you call this? Karatong dance. So it's a festival in honor of flowers. Okay? So in honor of flowers, so it is dedicated to the sweet table mango variety found growing abundantly in the island of Cuyo. Okay? So it's the former capital of Palawan. Okay po? So naririnig ba ako? Okay, so yan. So it's a festival in honor of flowers. So I hope you get that. Okay po? So we have here a karatong instrument. Okay, so tinatawag siyang karatong. It's the musical instrument made of short bamboo. Bamboo internodes with both ends closed. Meaning, so parang both ends of the bamboo are closed. Meron siyang node. Di ba yung bamboo, merong, what do you call this? Merong nodes. Okay? Yung nodes, siya yung nagko-close sa, from segment to segment. Okay? So, yan. So, para siyang alkansya. So, meron diyang butas. Okay? So, that represents for a particular, play of sound. Okay po? So, yan. So, that's the karatong instrument. So, here are the dance properties of a karatong. So, yan. So, for the top costume for female, so we have kamisa. Okay? So, blouse of any light color. It's made up of abaka cotton or organza. Okay? A short pleated sleeves. Okay po? So, later on, you'll see an example of that. Okay? So, kamisa po, yung top dress ng babae. Okay? So we have also here corpino, so white or similar material with fine embroidery around neckline. So that's the around the neckline. Okay? So for the skirt naman, so tinatawag siya class na patadyong. Okay? So it's usually tucked in checkered skirt with colorful design and patterns. Okay? So for males, on the other hand, so we have also the camisa de chino. Okay, so when we speak of camisa de chino, it's a colorless garment. Wala siyang color yung kanyang damit with cuffless sleeves. Okay, so cuffless sleeves. Okay, for pants, any bright colored cotton rolled pants below the knee. Okay, so ibig sabihin naka-rolled siya. Okay? Nakatupi siya basta below the knee. Okay? So para siyang jeggings na din. Okay? So yan. So for the props, karatong is tied at the front, side body or waist level. Para siyang nakatali lang sa waist level mo. Basta nasa harapan ng waist ng lalaki. Okay po. So yan. So, yan. So, if you look at this example, so, yan. So, yung makikita mo yung karatong, so, nasa waist level, and yung pants, any light colored pants, as long as na nakatuck siya, or naka-rolled siya. Okay? Naka-rolled siya. Tingnan niyo yung sa lalaki. Okay? So, yan. So, some performers may modify the conventional costume for this one, as long as that fina-follow niya naman yung guidelines, hindi naman niya binabago. Okay pa? So yan. So aside from the costume that we talk about, so music naman, okay, it's composed of 7 parts. So introduction of A to G. When it comes to count, ang counting niya is 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Okay po? So that's the counting of the karatong dance. So for formation, it depends. Okay? So it depends on the choreography of the dance. So it can be formed in any kind. Okay po? So depende na din. Okay? So later on, I'll be showing you what what do you call this, an example of that. Okay? So, for the karatong, so it's a bamboo internode. Ito na yung sinabi ko a while ago. It's around 3 feet long with both ends decorated with colored feathers. So, in this picture, hindi kasi siya decorated with colored feathers. But if you look at this one, so yan. So, artists or performers may modify these feathers. Instead of feathers, they use plastics, recycled plastics. Okay pa. So, for what? For, what do you call this? For decoration din. Okay? So, yan. So, balik tayo. Sorry. Okay? So, the bamboo beater is isa lang, 12 feet long. Okay? Decorated with fine strips of ribbon on the end. So, tignan natin kung meron. So, hindi. So, it's just a plain beater lang naman. Okay? Anyway, those are just for decoration. Okay? What matters is the sound itself. The sound it produced. Okay pa? So, yan. So, usually, that's the typical karatong that you can find in the internet. That particular picture. Okay? So, yan. So, on the other hand, we have bulaklak. Okay, it's a Sputnik-like contraption with spikes decorated with colored paper. If you look at that glass, so para siyang para siyang fireworks din. So it's a colorful because it's decorated with colored paper. Okay po? So the spikes are made up of coconut midribs or yung tingting ng coconut. Okay? So, the whole contraption looks like a giant bottle cleaner. Diba? Yung pang-clean na bottle sa bata. So, it looks like that. Okay po? So, that's bulaklak. Okay? So, the first one, we have karatong. Second one, we have bulaklak. So, usually, it's held by women in the performance. Okay po? So, yan. So, what are the basic dance steps or movements in performing this karatong dance? Okay? So, number 1, rhythmic beating of karatong male. Kasi, di ba, the one who's holding, what do you call this? The one who's holding the karatong instrument are males. So, if you look at this picture, so, yan. So, they are males here and nasa waist nila. They are the one who, what do you call this, have the beat. Okay? So, parang siya yung nag-beat. So, yan. Let's continue. Okay, so, rhythmic beating of karatong. So, this is for male because they are the one who are handling this instrument. Okay pa? So, gingerly sitting of knees of kneeling partners. Okay po? So, yan. Sitting of knees. So, just what you have seen earlier. Okay? Jumping jack and forward roll for male. So, ito, those in closed parentheses gender, those are their roles. For example, for number 3, this is for male, jumping jack and forward roll. For ladies naman, so, sitting on knees and kneeling partners. So, yan. So, next, number 4, 4 basic dance step. We have hat cap on one foot while hop turning on the other male. So, this is, what do you call this? This is for male. So, later on, we'll see a sample dance step of a karatong. So, I just managed to get a video in YouTube. Okay? So, thank you. But, before we say thank you. So, let's watch this first. Okay pa? So, this one is a very good presentation of karatong dance steps. Okay pa? So, tingnan natin. Okay? So, let's start from the beginning. So, wait for a while. Okay? I hope you can hear the sound. So, you can relate. Okay? So, wait lang. Lakas-lakasan natin ng kaunti. Yan. So, I want you to watch this. Yan. Let me play. Can you hear the sound, class? Can you hear the sound? Okay, so let's continue. So yan, hopping, jumping jacks. Okay, so some may modify. So, yan. So, that's an example of a karatong performance. Okay? So, if you observe that performance, you'll notice that it uses two instruments there. So, one is karatong, the other one is the bulaklak. However, the bulaklak is not Sputnik-like. So, ginawa nila class na parang arc yung So, yan. So, a karatong performance, so those who perform this kind of traditional music, dance music, they can modify as long as that the originality of the karatong itself is there. Okay po? So, the use of karatong and the bulaklak. Okay? So, yan. So, that's a wonderful yet simple performance from this kind of students. Okay po? So, yan. So, that is a karatong. So, yan. I have here another video that I would like to show you. So, it's also a karatong performance. So, let's watch this together. Okay? So, yeah. So, I want you to watch this one. So, we can now compare the previous one with this one kung ano yung mga their similarities and their comparisons and their differences natin. Okay? So, let me play this one. Okay, so yan. So that's another performance, Karatong performance. So if you look at that performance, you'll notice some of the things that I discussed to you. So especially their costume. So if you look at the male, uh, naka kamisa di chino. Okay, so some of them their pants also are just below the knee. Okay, so yun yung kanilang mga manonotice mo. And when it comes to prop, so tatlo lang yung ma-notice mo. So one is the karatong, the second one is the bulaklak for female, and also the hat. Okay, so they are all decorated with flower or flower-like designs. Okay pa? So yan, so that's another performance. So if you look at that, you'll notice na meron talaga silang pattern. Okay, so from one video to another video, merong pattern yung kanilang performance. So yan, so it's just sad to say that you'll not be able to perform that because of today, kasi usually students are tasked to perform this kind of traditional music. Okay po? Hindi lang tayo pinalad ngayon kasi our subject is not suited for that particular activity. Anyway, yan. So I hope you learned something from that. Okay po? So I hope that when the next school year comes, so wala na pandemic. Okay po? So yan, that's gonna be all for today. So I hope you learned something. Okay? So right now, I am recording this video because I could probably post this in your Schoology so that you can review anytime for those who are not around today. Okay po? So yan.